Hello everyone, this is Shadow Dragon recording from the test server with another episode of DC Universe Online. So I'm finally getting to the Atlantis content, and they kind of made it difficult because they kind of put this up at the same time as like a live promo where they were giving us double Titans credits. So again, you have the test server competing against our actual live characters. Plus I also had a lot of real life activities that weekend, so I couldn't really get on until now. So I didn't look at anyone else's videos yet because I want this to be like a true user experience test, which is more useful for the devs. So it'll be like a first look and natural reaction to everything. The other thing was, it kind of took me a long time to set it up. Like, the day Atlantis went up, I was just able to download it. The next day, all I did was set up my character, because it takes quite a bit of time. And Alyssa was set up, I think, for the last DLC. But even from DLC to DLC, there is a bit of work to do, because you have to switch out all the gear. And then now we have augments and artifacts, which I kind of have close, but they're kind of two new variables that make this character vary a lot from what I have on live. So I think her artifacts are slightly lower, and the augments I didn't really do anything with. So it's almost as if she has none. But what I have set up is her familiar battle tank stance for small content. And I did set up her full tank in the slight chance that I can get a couple of league mates over. But for now, we're just going to look at the solo stuff. And as they mentioned in the live stream, you actually need the solo to unlock the rest of the DLC. So if we go to our journal for that mission, Atlantis, it says use the on-duty menu to queue for the Royal Palace solo and meet Mera. So if we look at the rest of the stuff, I guess you could skip ahead to this stuff, right? There's no duo in this content. Okay, so yeah, you could queue for this stuff, but you need the solo to unlock the Atlantis map, which is what we definitely want to take a look at. So let's see, there is an event version, so you could do that if you wanted to, but we're going to do the real one. So looking at the overlap, stemming the tide goes up to 250, and then we have 241. So you could get in at about the middle of Titans. Let me just double check the loadout. Actually, we're going to go a little bit more offense here. One thing that's going to be inaccurate is I don't have like the seasonal pet. In place of that, there's a supply drop. So speak with Aquaman. Okay, so here we do get a first look at swimming. If we're grounded, it just works as if we're walking. So swimming is kind of a variation of flight. I would like to see more hand movement, because this is not what we look like when when we're underwater. But it's better than them just like making this exactly the same as flight and then just going with it. The other weird thing about it is like when you drop, it goes at full speed, so there's no physics. Alright, let's go ahead and talk to Aquaman first.
Hello, friend. Thank you for coming. There are few people besides Merc who have a trust to guard Mara.
You forget, dear husband. I need no one's protection. Our friend here is to be recognized for acts of heroism.
As you say, Mara, but this tribunal is shaping up to be more of a witch hunt than an awards ceremony.
Now, brother, let us hear what the council has to say. Perhaps they've finally recognized which son of Atlan is worthy to sit on the throne.
Glad to see you still have a sense of humor, brother.
Alright, now let's go ahead and talk to the others and see what they have to say.
There is no doubt in my mind that the decision is clear. The dry land embassy was a fiasco that put Atlantis at risk.
Our king must defend Atlantis, regardless of who threatens it. When surface ships entered our borders, we were ready to defend Atlantis. But the king did not allow it.
Okay, this is just side information, nothing too important yet. Got repairs. This is usually a spot where they would probably hide like an investigation. And this is pretty deep. I wonder if I have like a vault trinket. Because it would be interesting to test like the movement items to see if they kind of cancel out the swimming. But yeah, I don't have any of the items on the test server. Hopefully that's something they thought of. These are probably just some other areas of the map that open for the other instances.
Your devotion to the surface world has brought our nation to the brink of ruin. Orin, son of the House of Atlan. Since being crowned king, you have been delinquent in your duties to Atlantis.
Have you forgotten that I am your king?
We have not. Which is why, by the order of Poseidon, we strip you of your royal title as King of Atlantis, and find you guilty of treason.
This is madness. You would leave the throne vacant at such a critical time?
Hardly, Arthur. Atlantis has chosen a true king to lead it. No longer will we allow an absentee, surface-loving half-breed to rule our proud realm. Guards, kill the traitors.
Wrath! You will pay for this insolence.
Okay, I'm just going to be following the indicators on the map, so it's just circling this area right now. Now, during the live stream, they gave the impression that there was some kind of escape from here, but right now it just says defend yourself, so I think we're just getting waves of ads.
Go now! Get free of the palace before the Crown of Thorns traps you. I'll be right behind.
For Atlantis!
No!
Make haste, woman, or we'll be next. The crown of thorns cometh.
Nothing can stop the Crown of Thorns.
Okay, so there's a skull that we're supposed to get away from. So it looks like that crown of thorns is going to grow. Let's see how many ads we can kill.
You won't stop at that. Stand down.
Okay, we have a pretty good head start.
Nice try.
Okay, we can't swim outside of the bridge.
You've come to the wrong place, surface.
Now, I'm probably going to do multiple runs of this because I am curious to see what this is like outside of the pointer mission. Because we did get 2 pretty long dialogue scenes, like outside of the throne room and then one inside the throne room. That's not something we want to deal with like on a daily basis. So, I mean, they'll likely have the skip option too, but we'll see how much of it gets skipped. But usually during the pointer, they don't let you skip it because they want you to experience the story. Okay, so now we're getting a split here. Do we have to clear both sides? So far I didn't see any investigations in here. But I mean, we're trying to escape, so I don't know if this is a good place to place them. And we don't have to clear the other side. Notice too that I didn't pull up the feat menu, because you know, the first few runs I don't like to look at the feat menu in case you get any naturally. Because I mean, we're going to be running this every day anyway. So there's no rush on feats for the solo. Pull up the map, see if the skull shows up. Nope, it doesn't. Oh, it is coming up. Looks like it's getting faster too.
All the exits are blocked. Quickly, this way. I have a plan.
Stop where you are, traitors.
What have you done? We are trapped, and the crown of thorns is on our heels. You have doomed us.
Arm, stop sniveling and use your brain. You and I will hold back the Crown of Thorns for as long as we can to buy time for our friend to deal with the Drift Commander.
Can't counter a spin. Other than that, this guy's just two-handed. What's he doing? Okay, he can switch weapons. But we can't stop him when he's switching. Just part of the mechanics. So it's probably at certain points in his health. Looks like every 25% he switches weapons. I wonder if this is random with one of those like feats where you have to defeat like a certain combination of weapons. And we actually dropped out of combat for that one. I'll have to check if that happened with the previous switches.
Now, hurry! Open the emergency flood vortex.
This is your plan? Devil witch will be cut to ribbons.
We have no choice, Orm. There is no other way, and we cannot hold back the crown. Use the controls to open the flood vortex.
I was hoping to get a base item.
This will not be
Important
just
to
a
die
ride.
like this.
Too late! Neptune's balls!
Actually, let me take a look at the scoreboard really quick. Is this an operation? Or is... Actually, there is no scoreboard. Okay, so that got us out of it. Alright, so this is the open world.
Well, it looks like my dinner just woke up, boys. The name's King Shark. My associates found you half dead here. So I guess you own me. Your bosses must have barnacles for brains to try to take the throne from Coromel. He's hiding out down in the tree. For fear, Rasgoon's finishing the hit job.
There's a lot of depth here. Even though this is just a hallway. Actually, I can't even tell if I'm going down correctly. Am I even moving? Okay, there we go. There's something different.
Oh, thank the tide you're alive. We must find a way through the Crown of Thorns and make Coram Wrath pay for his actions. Aqualad has been surveilling the Silent School and may know where Arthur's trident is being kept.
Hey, the name's Calder, but most folks up top call me Aqualad. Mira sent me an SOS at the Titan's Tower, and I came as fast as I could. We need something to get us past the Crown, but that's gonna take some serious magic. The Silent School is probably the place to start. Go roll some acolytes and find out what they know.
Okay, this feels similar to other pointers, where they're kind of giving you, like, possibly some of the daily missions, like, in like a one-by-one order. This is going to take some getting used to move around. Let's see, let's get to the surface. Gather information from Silent School acolytes. I'll probably have to do another video, like, just looking in depth at this map. But for now, I'm gonna stick to the mission. Okay, so that is not an acolyte. Silent School acolytes. Those look like those are adepts. Okay, so it's the ones marked with an icon. Okay, I'm gonna have to stick to weapon attacks because they are kind of tight.
Beyond your imagination, his inner sanctum.
The Crown's magic is ancient, and all the relics of power belong to us. You safe in the faceless one's innocence.
Now that message you see on screen is probably part of some other mission. So the pointer mission is mixed in with open world, like before you saw another tester out there. The weird thing is the solo didn't like end. So I wonder how that's going to work if you queue up for this after the pointer is done. I could probably just warp rally here.
So that faceless freak has been collecting Atlantean relics and locking them away in his inner sanctum? Good thing I cut a lot of class junior year. I can get us inside.
Okay, so
I'll be waiting there when you're ready.
That short thing opens up the alert, at least story-wise. So let's take a look at the Atlantis mission now. And that looks like it opens 2 exclamation points.
Coram Wrath's rise to power is based on lies and broken promises. If we hope to remove him from power, we will need to win back the trust of the people and take out his
Coram
most
Wrath
loyal
has the Silent School
commanders.
stockpiling unregistered magical heirlooms from the Atlantean people. Some of these relics have been in their families for centuries. We can't let him have them.
Okay, so that looks like some kind of like weekly thing, I'm guessing. 100 relics. A couple more quests here.
The sea suffers as much as the people do under Coram Wrath. Strange, dark magic has affected the creatures of the deep.
Alright, that's a daily because it's
Can
10.
improve their situation.
I'm just going by the numbers.
Lustful
People
magic has
would trust
corrupted
the
the
House
sea
of
worse
Aquaman.
than we could imagine. The creatures of the trench are attacking in schools, overcome by a magical rage. You must
Alright, that's a
drive
group
them back.
mission. You see the number 4 icon there?
Coram Rath's experiments with forbidden magic have opened portals to dark realms and
And that looks like an
corrupted the
8-man
creatures of the
bounty.
sea. A giant brine hulk is attacking the Beast Rancher's farm. Help him, please.
So let's just go ahead and do it in this order. I don't know if it's the most efficient yet. Help knock down Atlanteans. Now the loading on the mini-map is a little bit off, because you see like the white markers, they're appearing for a second then disappearing. So it's probably loading markers for a different mission and then just clearing them. And we see that with a lot of the recent content. So it can be confusing, especially on a lower connection. Combat is definitely going to be interesting because it doesn't have the physics of water. So if you battle someone like high up, you're going to end up knocking them down. So that's going to be annoying. All right, we're following the white dots. Okay, right now these are probably the treasures we're supposed to collect. What did that give us? Yeah, these are the relics, so popping one of those gave us 3. But where are the knocked out Atlanteans? See, this is where I wish they had more than one marker type. Because all these white dots seem to be the treasure chests. I do have the right thing selected, right? Yeah.
You come to the wrong place, servant, brother.
There's no kill counter for this. But it looks like we're going to be taking out a lot of ads. The relic thing is going fast. What else is there? But I don't see any knockdown Atlanteans. I mean, you think you'd see like the medical cog with the cross. Oh, there's an Atlantean. Okay, and there's the assist icon. And relics seem to drop from killing ads as well. But what I don't like about this particular part is the Atlanteans, or the nodes you're supposed to get to, aren't really marked that well. Yeah, see, that's not distinguished on the mini-map. Like if you look at Age of Justice, there was something similar to this where you're assisting soldiers, and I believe they were marked. But for this, I guess we're just looking for the red markers, which is of course going to be the same for several different nodes, not necessarily this particular quest. So yeah, the Atlanteans should be marked by white, in my opinion. And if they're not knocked down yet, they should be green. But they just appear as nothing on the minimap. I mean, that's how it is in other zones. So if we're looking at this... Yeah, it looks like he's not knocked down yet. And then, like, once you get close to him, he gets knocked down. But he's not designated by any type of marker. Let's see if we have the same type of nodes up here, or are they all on the ground? I can't get in there. Yeah, see, he fell all the way down. This is going to be annoying. Okay, I didn't see anything up there, so we're probably just looking at the sea floor. How do I ignore that guy? Okay, so we did get a close-up of that. The Atlantean doesn't get knocked down until you get there. So there should definitely be an icon change from green to white. It seems like these are all on the sea floor. The ones up there are from some other quest. And the white markers are going to be treasure chests. Try to go around these guys. And nothing there. This is still the quest zone. Okay, there we go. I kind of wish the distance was a little bit further where it triggers the node. Because you don't want to go down here and then start attacking these guys. That would just be wasting time. Because none of these are the ones we're looking for. But yet they're in the same quest zone. Alright, just one more.
Thanks for the aid. It's nice to see that not all Drylanders are how I imagined.
Alright, that's the main mission. This looks like a repeat of the pointer. Alright, it looks like this is the way to travel. Go up above everything. Okay, this is the same place as before, so we're just going to pick out these guys. Oh wait, these are lieutenants. A couple of lieutenants. I think it's the other location that was where we were before. But both of these areas are pretty tight. So even though it says 3, we're going to end up taking out way more than 3. And I should probably not be in tank stance, which is why I'm sticking to weapon. Because otherwise I'd be pulling all these guys in with proximity aggro. Okay, that should be far enough away. Nope. So it looks like there are just 2 solo dailies. Which seem like they're gonna seem like they're long in this video, but like just because it's the first time in here, this is something that's gonna speed up every day.
Thanks, Poseidon. Your discovery may have saved my life, at least for the moment.
Let's see what we've got. Watchtower and King Shark's Turf. Come on, give us a base item. Nope. Alright, let's see what King Shark's Turf is. Oh, it's just a different part of the map, I guess. Oh, and it has a different quest, actually.
Well, if it isn't the Royals' pet dogfish. If the House of Atlan wants my support, they'll need to earn it. Raph's men have my...
Okay, so make that 3 solos. Defeat drift guards to release captured Atlanteans. Yeah, this is the same case as the others. They're not marked. All we see is red markers.
Curse you, King Wrath, and curse the House of Atlan too!
Now, if we use Amazon Fury 3 as a reference here, we had like caged citizens, and they were marked by white dots. So that's what these should be. And this is another pretty tight area. This is going to look pretty chaotic with multiple players. We haven't had an area this tight, like probably since Lantern open world content. So nothing recent. Well, maybe Typhon's Monster Invasion, but Typhon's Monster Invasion definitely wasn't as tight as this, though. I mean, this is like that Star Sapphire area, or if you played the villain side home turf. Steelworks was pretty tight like this. But in recent content like Earth 3, Deluge not really. Riddled with Crime was also not too tight. So you do have to be careful, although like we are pretty overpowered these days. Like, once you enter the content, you're pretty much overgeared for it.
Someone help me!
I'm just trying not to, like, overdo extraneous ads because... Now, as I do this, I want to find the fastest route. Now, one of the things I was testing on the other cage back there was I wanted to make sure I couldn't interact with the cage before killing the guard. Because that would be a break in the system. There are certainly dailies in other content that allow you to do that.
Saving those people will help pay off the debt the House of Atlan owes the Knight.
Alright, so back to the main area. Where's the fender? Oh, you know what? They probably didn't add that yet because, as they mentioned in the live stream, they want the testing here to be at level. Oh wait, here's something. They just didn't give us the artifacts yet, so we don't see the new augments here yet. The gear set is here. So I guess we can take a look at the pieces here, but I'm not going to get this while I'm testing. Because I want to test it at entry, and I tend to play these DLCs at entry for the most part. Like, not until the end. Not until I'm forced to. Alright, so this is the Corum Wrath set. The thing I'm interested in are these bracers, which I can't really get a good view of. But it's pretty similar to like the Mara set, it's just a little bit more 3D, and it's more detailed. Okay, so let's go back to the watchtower so we can see where the entry is. Okay, so it's next to Earth 3, and I imagine this will appear like once you do that solo mission. And this is the repeat of the vendor that's in Atlantis. Alright, so something we should test is, let's see what the solo looks like outside of that pointer.